Gus is live with Matt and Matt.
Yeah.
It's the
Let me turn
M&Ms.
this back off. Don't need
The
that. There we go.
Matts.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, with the Matts.
that's right.
2
Yeah,
Matts, 1
so
Gus.
dude. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for taking some time to hang out with us today, man.
Hey, no worries at all, guys. It's I've been looking forward to it since we met at the Great Outdoor Show. I thought it was a good little connection there, so I'm kind of looking forward to continuing the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%. We have totally different styles of hunting depending on, like, what part. We'll just tell everybody where I can't. Is it
Fine.
Sweden or Norway?
It's Sweden, yeah. So
Yeah,
Sweden,
you live in Sweden. Yeah,
but I'm from New Zealand originally, so
that's what it
yeah,
was.
that
Okay.
throws people off a lot. So
Yeah.
Well, let's
yeah,
before we get into all that, just so that people who don't or aren't familiar, we met at Great American Outdoor Show. You work with Tethrd. Do you want to just give a little bit about yourself and kind of how we met?
yeah. So I run a hunting show like everyone called the Meat Hunters, and yeah, I've just started working with Tethrd recently. Exactly what my role is there is being shaped day by day, but I do a little bit of video editing, and I'm also going to be hopefully pushing some stuff in Europe for them this year. So kind of a community manager, I guess, of sorts. I am like just stupid passionate about bow hunting. I do rifle hunt. I don't have anything against rifles. I just think they're good, more of like a meat harvesting tool in my scenario rather than a hunting tool. It's just I don't get the same satisfaction out of it. I still do use rifles though, so that's kind of me in a nutshell. Yeah,
I call my rifle my American Express.
yeah. Well, there we go. That makes
Gonna
sense.
go out and buy meat with it. That's all you're doing. It's not really anything else to it.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anybody that's actually cashed in the value of their rifle versus the meat they harvest yet. Like it's got to be a slim percentage of the population.
Probably. Probably. Mine's well paid for. Mine's paid for in dividends.
Well, the thing is, it's not just meat; it's mental health, it's fitness, it's what
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff that goes on it. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
good.
For sure.
You also work with VPA, which is a
Best broadheads out, right?
best broadheads, right?
Yeah,
100%.
dude. I don't know what you guys shoot at the moment, but those Omegas are impressive.
We haven't gotten Omegas yet because they didn't make them in the 125s, but we've been shooting single bevel VPA for 2 years now, I think.
It's so good, eh? It's so good. I mean, like, man, I can probably count. I can only think of one animal I haven't got a clean pass through, and it's fallen over in sight, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
flow right through bone too, which is what's fascinating.
The durability and the reliability is wild. You can. I was explaining to somebody that I have a set of 3. I've had a couple of sets, given some away just to let people try. But if you only ever put those arrows, those broadheads into a target or through an animal, and you don't hit anything, you could literally keep those things sharp and hand them down to your children. It's wild. And I think they actually tell a story about a guy who did that.
He shot like 70 some hogs with one broadhead, and then he just retired it. He was like, "There's nothing wrong with it. Like they don't chip or anything." So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, people say, "Oh, but single wheels are so expensive." I'm like, "Yeah, but unless you lose it, you've got it forever." You know what I mean? Like you just can resharpen it. I mean, how many packs of disposable heads, like I won't say the brands, but expandables or something like that? Like most of them are one and dones. The people that reuse them, I think, are crazy, to be honest, because even the ferrules on them bend so easy. Like if you're putting it on an arrow spinner and you can check that it's straight, still fine, and but.
Yeah, some of those are made so, I mean, you can, when I hold some mechanical broadheads and you can hold it by the tip and just shake it and you can hear the parts moving and rattling. I'm like, you're telling me you want me to put this through something at 300 feet per second and
You want it
and
to
hope
fly
that-
straight.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was thinking the other day, because like I don't know if you guys like that too. Like I often can't sleep and I'm just wide awake, like my mind going over crazy things. But it's almost getting to the point now where like manufacturers to sell broadheads, which I know this is the completely un-American thing to do, but should have an ethical license that they need to pass first, because some of the broadheads that are coming out are just fucking stupid. Like I can't remember what it was, that sling blade thing that came out recently.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a horrible head. And then I
Yeah.
saw something that John Lust just tested yesterday with like a ring around the outside of it, and it's just gimmicky stuff, unfortunately. And I feel sorry for the animals that people are allowed to put this stuff out there, because most people don't know the
Yeah.
difference. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Those sling blades are terrible. It's like a toothpick with with like a fork on the other side of it. Like that's all it is.
And you know what? That guy was at next to me at the ATA show. He was talking to, oh man, I can't remember who's the real old legend guy that's killed heaps of animals in Africa.
The doctor guy.
No, I can't remember his name. He's an
Not Jim
American.
Shockey.
No,
Right?
no,
No,
he's
not Jim
older than
Shockey.
Jim Shockey. But
Oh,
anyway,
younger guy?
no, older than Jim
Oh,
Shockey.
oh, oh. Oh, geez, I don't know
I
that.
can't
Yeah,
remember his
I
name
can't
now.
remember.
Dave Holt, I think his name was. Is that right? But anyway, and he was trying to sell these, like, show Dave Holt these things. It was hilarious to watch. He was very polite about it all, but yeah,
It's just letting it. It's not even worth his time to argue about it.
Exactly. So
It is Dave something.
I'm sure it's Dave Holt. Is it Dave? But anyway,
I'm seeing
people.
Dave Folsom.
I don't know. You know, there's
I don't
like
know.
there's a whole bunch of people screaming at us now.
Yeah,
It's,
100%.
Yeah, right.
it's
Whatever.
That's how
Dave,
this
blah
always
blah blah,
goes.
you idiot.
I
Yeah.
love it when we'll get messages and they're like, just so you know, and they'll correct me. It's like, dude, if you're listening to me because you think I'm an encyclopedia, you screwed up.
I
I'm
think
probably wrong about half the shit I say.
I put in Dave Holt bow hunting, and it seems to be him, I think. But anyway, isn't Google great? It
Yeah.
ruins things a little bit, to be honest, but whatever.
Oh,
That's
Dave
right.
Holt. Yeah, oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
I've
wonder.
seen that before with the two guys because it reminded me of something from. I might have read that book, that guide, the ebook, or not read it, but listened to it.
Yeah. Anyway, I just met him this year. Apparently, he's a huge deal and has done a lot of testing and a wealth of knowledge on bow hunting. So that was an
Nice.
honor. Yeah. So it's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Awesome
very cool.
broadheads. Tethered. So we both, Gus is getting into saddle hunting this year, and
Yeah.
we.
Hey, how
we
did your
actually-
giveaway go?
It went good, man.
Oh yeah, great.
See, we were in a different location than we thought we were going to be,
Mhm,
and where we set up the tent, there was a generator right there, so we couldn't do the recordings like we wanted to.
Mhm.
So we basically just told everybody, like, just support us somehow and make sure we see it. So whether you follow us or subscribe to the podcast, shoot a screenshot of that, or just email us that you followed. Just let me see your name, and on Sunday I'll put all the names together and we'll do a randomized drawing. And so we did, and it was the guy that won actually. He was like, "You got a lifelong listener, so that's cool." He's probably listening to this right now. Happy that he won, but he's
Congratulations,
a
bud.
saddle hunter anyway.
Yeah.
So he was super pumped to get into a tethered. So
No, that's good.
it was cool. It's going to somebody that's going to use it, which is always the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, not going to sit in the corner of the garage, So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
gave away a
turn around and
rangefinder.
sell it on eBay or some shit.
Yeah.
We gave away a $300 rangefinder one time, and the guy's like, "I've never been and never will go hunting." We were like, "Okay."
Did you
It's
play
like,
golf?
I was like, well, I
Yeah,
said, "Do you want to donate it to a veteran?" I was like, "I'll give it to a veteran." He was like, "Yeah," and so I kept it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Are you a
Some of that.
veteran?
Yeah, I am. So
he
there you go.
didn't read the fine print, right? So,
Yeah, no,
That's funny.
yeah.
What kind of rum are you drinking?
Kraken. It's just
Kraken.
yeah,
Nice.
it's just
Cool bottle.
easy to drink rum and stuff like that. So yeah.
Did
You
you
love-
remember that he drinks rum? Or you
Me?
noticed it somehow?
No, he mentioned it earlier. He said
Oh.
that when we were talking about the whiskey thing, he mentioned.
Oh
that he
yeah,
had
I was
some
making
rum.
Yeah,
changes.
there's only been one whiskey I liked, and that was my brother got a whole. I think I have it over here actually, like a groom's kit for his wedding, and he got like this special crazy barreled. Like I couldn't even tell you what it was, but he had it in like these nice little.
Oh, nice.
nice.
I can just see a little bit of the color in it from it, but that was like I could drink that stuff all day long if that was whiskey. But I've never had anything like that again before in my life. So, and like. I've tried all sorts of stuff, and every time I just can't get into it. But I'm like totally open to going with some experts or something and trying
Sure.
more. You know what I mean? I'm not writing it off. I willfully try to like the stuff. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
we gotta get you to come to Kentucky to do some whitetail hunting in the mountains there, and we'll take you to check out some
Yeah.
distilleries and get you some VIP treatment. You'll either love whiskey by the end of the trip, or you will affirm that you cannot stand it.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. It is what it is.
We'll either
Well-
make it 2 days into drinking whiskey, or we'll just stay at the hunt club and drink beer.
listen, like I'm not even lying. I'm supposed to be in Kentucky this season. So
Yeah?
Nice.
but just
When?
before about mid-October, and then we're going across to Georgia from there. So
Cool.
yeah, It should be
We're
pretty good.
in Kentucky usually every year, end of September,
Yeah, that's what I
sometime
was
in October. So
just
Mhm.
keep
looking.
us posted, and we may be in around the same time. We
Yeah.
can hook up and at least just hang out if we don't get to do anything else.
Yeah,
Do
for
you know
sure,
what
man.
part of Kentucky you're going to? Yeah.
The one with the E in it,
The
I
one
don't
in
know, like
America, the
yeah,
part that's
yeah,
in
the
America.
part in America, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised you know the state. How many states do you think you can name? 10?
Oh, I don't know. Is Hawaii a state?
Yeah.
Alaska?
Yeah. Wow.
Good
Started.
start.
Oregon, Idaho, uh,
You know what?
Georgia, California, uh,
Yes.
Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
South
Illinois.
Dakota, North Dakota,
You're
Yep.
cheating.
Mississippi. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mississippi, yeah.
Florida. That's 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Uh,
I would love to list the states and then get your opinion of what what someone from another country thinks about people from that state.
Yeah, what do you think about people from Florida?
well, I see all the Florida man jokes and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff. Right?
yeah.
It looks like a wild place, man. All those
Have you
gators and
been?
stuff there. No, I've only stopped in the airport. It doesn't count. So
So you've never been. So what do you think Florida is like?
I
Because that
think,
might be funny.
well, beaches, obviously, I heard about drugs and cartels and, alligators and small whitetail, right? They don't have big whitetail there. Is that correct?
Actually,
Hogs?
up in the northern part, they got pretty big whitetail, but
Oh,
down
really?
in
Okay.
the bottom, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
the
key
panhandle.
deer. You
The
ever heard of a key
panhandle.
deer?
That's key deer. Yeah, down
Key
south.
deer are tiny.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I just feel like that's where, like, we have expression in New Zealand where all the loose nuts fall to the bottom. I think that might be to kind of sum up Florida pretty good. I don't know if that
I
makes
think that's
sense.
exactly
That
Florida.
is
I think you
that
nailed
is
it. Yeah,
such oh man, that is such a relevant saying for
yeah.
being at the
Sorry if people are from Florida are in there, but
Oh, that's why I
well,
said it. There's a bunch
here's
of
the
people
thing.
from Florida.
Well, but here's what's great about people from Florida is they have a sense of humor and they get
Yeah.
it and
oh, that's
they'll
good.
joke about themselves. Did you see that they just had the Florida Man Games like competition?
What? No
No.
way.
Yeah, it was like I don't want to ruin it. I'm gonna look up the events, but like I saw one event where it was like it was a race for like two contestants as in a team and they had to steal a trailer. Like they had to steal like an equipment trailer. It was a race.
That's
It was
hilarious.
all really wild, like criminal activity. It was really funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What about California? What do you think about California?
Well, listen, I really am super anti woke stuff. I just want things to go back to how they were in the 80s or
Yeah.
whatever, before people got offended. And I feel like California's the woke, what do you want to call
Yeah.
it? The woke capital of the world, and they
Of
can
the world.
die in a fire, basically. So, yeah.
They have a lot of fire, so they may not
They
be
do
our
indeed, yeah. So, I mean, it just feels like everything's getting really, really out of everyone's getting out of touch with things, and California seems to be a leading hand in that. So,
Yeah.
that's just only what I read and stuff. I don't live there, of course, and I'm sure there's beautiful parts of it, but I think it's a bit of a cesspool, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you're probably not wrong about that one either. You're doing pretty
Mm.
good.
That's,
You haven't
I
been
would-
wrong yet.
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
would try to do Sweden, but all I know is Gotland, Småland, Holland.
Yeah.
Right? I think
Well,
that's all I've got.
Holland, did you say?
Hotland, Gotland.
There's Gotland is one, yeah. Smallland is another place.
I thought it
They-
was Holland. Like
Oh,
Hall.
There could be a
HALL.
Holland. There could be. I'm definitely not an
Yeah.
expert, even though I live here. But yeah. So
How'd you end up in New Zealand?
in New Zealand,
I met Sweden.
I got my penis stuck. Basically, I met my wife, and rest is
Likewise.
history.
What a weird story this
Oh.
is.
Yeah. No. It's I'm what they call a love refugee. There's plenty of them over here, and
Oh.
yeah.
So you met a Swedish woman and moved there for
The Swedes are really good at luring men into their country, basically.
Mm.
It's like, instead of a white van with free candy, it's just a bikini or something like that. It's that simple. So, yeah.
I like that. Got my penis stuck. That's funny. I've never heard that before either.
No, that's really funny actually.
Well, anyway.
It sums it up.
Yep, it does.
So what kind of hunting are you doing in Sweden? Or well, let me ask this first. Did you hunt a lot in New Zealand, then moved to Sweden, and then started a show in Sweden? Is that how it went?
Yeah, so I grew up shooting guns with dad and stuff like that. And doing what I thought was hunting at the time, but really it was actually more like pest control. Like I shot somewhere between 1,000, 2,000 animals with a rifle by the time I was, I don't know, 22 or something like that. And then I found partying and alcohol and sports, and I just completely forgot about hunting and left home and went and did my studies and stuff like that. And then worked for a long time. And yeah, I'd go shooting every now and then when I went back to dad's place or something like that. But it wasn't until I came to Sweden here and I was kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to live here. I need to like get back into doing some hobbies because I was doing a lot of traveling and stuff, you know. And someone in the office was like, "Hey, have you seen this video? This is freaking sick." Because he knows I like hunting, and it was that Karen Haynes "Bull of a Lifetime" video,
Yeah.
and the slow motion arrow shots in that. I was like,
Mhm.
man, I got to have me some of that. It looks awesome. You know what I mean? And I never started off wanting to do video stuff. It just kind of grew from there. I filmed some stuff on a cell phone once to show some people, and like, hey, that was really cool. And I was like, oh, maybe I get. Oh, that's right. My father-in-law lent me a GoPro for my first trip to PA, and so I filmed some stuff on there as well, and it just kind of grew from there, basically. But
Hmm.
it basically went. I remember that first time, like usually I'd shoot those goats from here. Now I have to like walk over there, like stalk over there and get close enough to shoot them with this bow, you know? So
Mhm.
yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
That's the main thing you're hunting is goats over there.
In New Zealand, goats are a lot of fun to hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, especially like if someone's new at bow hunting or stalking, they're not the smartest animals. And like, if you go to the right area, you can easily shoot like at least two a day, probably three or four if you're good, you know? So,
Wow.
Um, yeah, and like often they don't know what the hell's going on. Like one will like man tip over, and the other like what you know what's happening? It's no gunshots or anything. They're just not used to being bow hunted so much over there. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, it's good.
And it tastes like regular like goat we can buy here, or is it
Probably,
something special?
probably most people don't eat them over there. They just leave them on the side of the hill because they're a pest, like they're
Oh,
an invasive species. But I started eating them. I like roasting the leg and then letting it cool off and making sandwiches out of it the next day. It's really nice. Put some relish and stuff on it and between
yeah.
some nice white bread. It's really good sandwich meat, actually. So,
Better than Vegemite.
yeah, Vegemite's pretty good though.
I don't know that I've ever had it.
It's an acquired taste, and most people put too much on. Like I think some like butter, melted butter, you to put it on when it's hot, then just a light spread of Vegemite. It's best. It's awesome. But if you
Hmm.
put like a thick black layer on there, you ain't never eaten that. That's some strong stuff. Yeah.
What's it made of? It's like
Oh, I think it's yeast and road tar. I don't know. It's
road tire.
I don't know. It's like
Yeah,
yeah. I have no
That's
idea to
cool.
be honest. So
that's funny.
yeah.
That's yeah, I want to try it. It's but I also want to go down there. It's just it's such a far flight from here that I just can't convince myself to do it.
How far
Yeah.
is it though?
It's like 20 hours.
That's not that bad.
Oh
I mean,
man, that's
for
terrible.
me here, it's 33 hours. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Jeez,
wow.
yeah. I would love to make it down there and before I die and hunt tar in the mountains there.
Yeah, well, you can order it for free 24/7 all year round. So it's
What?
there's no seasons, no tags. Just go for gold. So
No kidding.
Really?
yeah, you could take thermal gear. You can do whatever you want there. They're all pests. So the more you can kill, the happier the government is for you.
Really? I did
Mhm.
not know that.
Is there
Mhm.
anything native to that island or no?
Birds and reptiles were the only native things before the white guys got there. I
Yeah.
think some of the Polynesians put pigs, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure about that one. So,
Pigs
You
were
could kill
pretty
literally
commonly.
everything. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say I think pigs were pretty commonly transported on ships and whatnot as food
mhm.
sources, so it's pretty likely that was the case.
Yeah, definitely. So it's an amazing country. I got an American friend there at the moment. She does spear hunting, and she's just tripping out on it. And she's only been to the North Island. The South Island's the most beautiful place. It's amazing there. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Is there
but
you have to stay with somebody or there's hotels you just plop in a hotel and then drive out and hunt?
you just go and take a tent and go and sit in the go and hunt in the bush. Like put you to
Oh, that's
pack
it?
everything on. Like imagine maybe what you in Alaska or something. Like just take what you go out there and have a good time, man. And it
Yeah.
doesn't
Huh.
matter what you see. Like shoot whatever, doesn't matter. You're never
That
going to
is
kill
so
That's
everything
crazy.
there.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
So,
just literally just walk off the airplane, grab your pack and your bag and get
hmm
Just catch a ride
if you
out
got a
there?
bow, it's really easy because you don't need any weapons license. If you have firearms in, then it gets a little bit more complicated, but it's not bad. And then basically, like, say you have a block that they're in blocks that you want to go in, you have to tell Doc that you're going there, and you get a hunting license. It's like, I can't remember what it is, $20 or something. It's been
Okay.
12 years or something since I've been there. And it basically, that's actually only really a safety thing to make sure there's not too many hunters in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there's plenty of people that don't do that. So,
Fascinating.
yeah. Yeah. So,
It's so crazy. No seasons, no tags. You can just kill everything.
and there's not, as far as I know, the only thing you can't have in public land is a 22. And I think there might have been I think it might be shotguns too or something, because then you can't, like, you're less likely to start killing native birds and stuff, basically. So,
Oh.
Gotcha.
yeah.
You can't have a 22 because they think you're going to kill birds. That's such a dumb rule.
Yeah, there's like some big fat tasty wood pigeons and stuff that you're not allowed to shoot. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Wood pigeon?
Yeah, it's got a
You're just
kid.
making shit up at this point. I got to look up a wood pigeon.
Nah, can I link you in here? I'll put this in here. And
Oh, it just looks like a regular pigeon.
no, it's a bit bigger. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you can see that. That's the link there anyway. But yeah, they're a big one, and they are like
they're
really
big.
really amazing at flying. Like, if you hear them at full flight go over the top of you, it's like a jet. Like, you just hear like past you. They tuck their wings back and stuff like that. Pretty cool. So, yeah,
Fascinating.
very cool birds. So, there we go. Get it up there. So, yeah,
Kariru.
yeah, Keruru. It's a little bit hard to pronounce, but New Zealand wood pigeon is like the English name for it. So,
Huh.
yeah,
And they taste delicious.
Does anybody ever ask you if you know Adam Greentree?
No, they don't, but I know who he is. He's Australian too. So,
I think that's right. He is.
yeah. That's all right.
Close enough. I don't know.
You get that a lot, I bet, huh?
I do, and then there's usually an American, so I just say, "Look, you're not too bad for a Canadian," and then they just so.
That's perfect.
Does it feel the same for someone to call you an Australian as it would for someone to call me a Canadian?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like, Australia and New Zealand love each other. I don't know how much you love Canada, but
yeah, we love Canadians, but I'm not a Canadian.
yeah, but that's exactly, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's we're like brother and sister kind of rivalry, or big brother, little brother, whatever you want it is. So we give each other a lot of crap, but like, if Australia went to war, we'd be there helping them, kind of thing, So
Yeah.
makes sense.
I didn't even know, to be honest, that New Zealand was like a real place. I thought it was just like an island where people can go to. I knew there's hunting excursions and stuff there, but if you were like, no,
go there if it's not real.
they have that's one of the reasons I've never thought about going.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they have a government, and like,
What?
you have roads. That's why I asked if you have hotels.
roads.
What's your closest airport?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
See how far out I am?
Yeah, let's go. We'll go to Auckland. That's the main hub. Okay. Yep. Perfect. I won't do price, but I'll do. We'll see how far your flight is for you. But yeah, no, it's like a proper country. Like, we even have internet and telephones and running water and all that other stuff.
Holy cow!
That's
Holy
amazing.
cow.
And
Oh
even
my
roads.
God. Oh my gosh! Even roads, dude. It's amazing.
I figured you grew up like Tarzan. Like, out
It
in
takes
the
you
jungle.
20 hours because you have to get on a float plane and fly over there, so you land on the ocean and then row ashore. Yeah.
You have to account for an extra 4 hours for bartering and negotiations with the local tribes before they let you in.
Exactly, that's it. So yeah, you're right. It takes you about 20 hours, and you have one stop in Chicago, and then it's a 16-hour flight for you.
What do you do for 33 hours in the air? I don't understand.
No, it's Dubai to usually a refueling spot in Asia to Auckland. So that's how it goes. Yeah, but yeah, it's worth it though. It's good.
I'm gonna have to talk myself into doing it. That's just such a long time on a plane. I don't know. I feel like I'll lose my mind.
But
When I fly to California, it's 8 hours, and I'm like slamming my head against the seat.
How long can you guys sit in those chairs there though for?
This one, not long. I have like
Too damn long.
I
Yeah.
have severe ADD. I have to get up. Like, people's Apple Watches tell you to stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine's never told me that.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay. I gotcha.
I cannot sit still. It's like it's a real problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's whitetail in New Zealand as well.
Well, now I'm
Yeah.
kind of
So,
interested.
so Teddy Roosevelt gifted a whole bunch of stuff to New Zealand. It was moose, Roosevelt elk, and a whitetail. I think that was it. So the moose are probably no longer there. Some people think they are, but no one's seen one in 50 years or something, right?
Oh wow.
Whitetail are going pretty good, and the elk are going gangbusters. They're breeding with the red deer over there, actually. So,
Oh wow.
Really?
yeah.
I think
So
that's
That's
wild.
wild.
they were the
Red
Rocky
red.
Mountain ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah. So
even.
I bet they acclimated pretty quickly then because it's all mountains over there.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what a red and a elk child looks like.
It's actually more like well, I guess it's probably variations, but it's like a big body red deer because an elk's bigger than red
Yeah,
deer, right? So
but it still keeps the red deer antlers. It doesn't.
it kind of you can if you just like Google it now, if you go Google it, just do like red deer elk cross New Zealand or something, and you'll see a pretty good picture straight off the bat of what they look like. So
Man, I'm learning so much today.
yeah.
Wow, some of these are nuts looking.
Oh yeah.
Dang, I got to share this now too.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, but a lot of these are trophy red stags. So I don't know who needs to hear this too, because people need to know, and people in New Zealand are going to kill me. But all those are fenced red stags.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. This
Hmm.
looks very similar to the fenced high fence whitetail that we see around here.
Exactly. Like they don't exist like that in nature. I mean, you might get like one in 1,000 or something that
Yeah,
looks like that, but maybe 2,000. But it's not. Those big
we get
freaky ones are always like
yeah.
all your favorite hunting people that you've ever seen go to New Zealand. It's all in high fence stuff. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh, I'm in the
it's in the United
wilds of. I
States
laugh.
too.
The
It's in the United
wilds of New
U.S.
Zealand.
too. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, we see like Joe Rogan and Cameron Haynes, like when they go hunt elk and they do high fence, and then everybody gives them shit, and then the comments are like, "Well, if you had money like them, you would hunt high fence too." And I'm like, I wouldn't though. I don't think.
Do you know what? I probably would. I have. I do everything. Okay, so I've hunted fence stuff because some parts in Europe you have to. Like the only
Mhm.
way you can bow hunt is in the high fence stuff. The other thing too is like realistically, like say you just love big racks, that's where you have to go. You can't go outdoors like in the wilds and
sure.
expect a trophy like that. It just doesn't exist. So it depends on
Yeah,
what you're into. Like my favorite is no fences. I like I'm somebody that like maybe we touch on that soon, but like I shoot a lot of does and younger deer and stuff like that too. Because in Finland they're a pest. There's whitetail there as well. They just want everything shot. So I'm like I say, it's like I'm kind of like really weird because I'm not super fussy. Like I'll shoot anything, but I'm still like, a red-blooded male. I love antlers and I love horns and stuff
sure.
like that too. So it's still going to happen. But I got a big chest freezer here. My goal every year is to fill that up. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
that's a goal to fill it up for my family. So
Oh yeah.
um, yeah. So
We've talked about it at probably ad nauseum on this podcast. Like we both love the idea of sitting in a tree stand and having that big whitetail buck. The big set
the
of antlers.
dream.
There's nothing like it, right? But
Yeah.
also at the end of the day, like I like having successful hunts and I like
Hmm.
having a freezer full of meat. And so
Hmm.
yeah, I'll chase after like we went hunting in Kentucky and Rocco kept putting us on, these stands with pictures of these big deer. And eventually I was like, just put me where the does are. I just want to kill something before this
Yep.
week is over.
Hmm.
And that's my goal. Just like I think, like you said, just getting meat in the freezer. If I hit a big one along the way, cool. But it's not a priority for me.
Hmm.
I know it is for some people, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear that's a big thing in America. It might be hunting worldwide. I don't know, but where people are like, "Oh, did you get your buck this year?" Like, I mean, I got a buck this year. I don't know if it was my
yeah,
buck. I
Yeah.
shot like whatever walked out in front of me. I killed it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like the other thing too is like doing a hunting TV show. You have to invest your time wisely, and I can really see why people go to places like that. You know what I mean? Because nothing's ever guaranteed, but it's
hmm
70% chance, probably, to be honest, maybe even 80 in
yeah,
most of those places. And it'll be the same as the Texas whitetail bucks, where they're not like properly wild. Like I do some guided hunting in Latvia, and that's a fenced area. And the first year animals that are put in there are a bit stupid. Second year, they're a lot more cagey. If they make third year, they're as good as wild in that place. But it takes a
Mm,
long time for them to get back to that stage.
mm.
So, but there's at least 3 stags in there now that no one's managed to get. Like there's something weird about a fenced area is I feel like they know the place so well because they just go around and around and around. And so even if you're like tucked up in a bush or by a trunk or something like that, not moving, they see you for some reason
They
there.
still
It's
know
just
you're there.
yeah, it's weird. It's not like a wild animal that's just so oblivious. You know what I mean? They're a lot more
Yeah.
dialed in for some reason in that sense. So
Well, they probably
yeah,
know exactly what is where and what it's supposed to look like, and they can just tell something's off. And I'm
exactly.
not going over there.
If you're only seeing shapes like some people think they are, and then all of a sudden there's like a slightly different shape there, it's like what's going on with that? So
Have you ever seen My Life as a Turkey?
no,
You got to watch it. It's like
That's
I've talked
fascinating.
about it 1,000 times. I've probably seen it, no joke. I bet you I've watched it 15 times.
is it like a YouTube video or what?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's
Okay,
45 minutes long, but the
okay,
guy lives with turkeys for like a year just by him. I mean, there's a cameraman obviously, but he raises turkeys from the egg.
what's that?
Um, but he just talks about how they have different vocalizations, like 120 different vocalizations or something. But the way they walk around the woods, if they see a tree that was cut down 100 years ago and there's just a stump there, they'll go check it out because they're like
Yeah,
that. They know that that's not normal.
yeah,
And like as young little poults, they see it and they're like, "What is that?" And they'll go look at it, which I think is like some kind of weird thing about animals have. They know what it's supposed to look like, and
hmm
then if it doesn't, just genetic, they know to stay away from it.
yeah. That's
So then
interesting.
you
Eh?
put them in a fence where they can't really roam.
Yeah,
They probably get pretty good at their surroundings.
yeah, I'd imagine so. Right. Hey, speaking of turkeys, I saw that power line video with the turkey
Good,
getting fried on the
crazy, right?
power line. Oh man, that's like one of a million thing to catch on camera.
Yeah, I put it in the
So
Yeah.
story because I was watching it last night and I was like, how does that turkey just hit it? And then it's like you got a free turkey. The thing I don't know if I
like,
guess
do you
you
have
can
to
still
tag
cook it.
that? Like, how does that work?
I don't know because you didn't kill it. You
Is
probably do
it?
have to tag it if you
I
remove it.
guess it'd be the same as like roadkill, really, right?
Yeah, that's true. It probably is.
Well, for managed game, I think at least in South Carolina, if something like that happens, you just call DNR and let them know what's going on, and they can send you a special tag just so that you have it documented if you're caught or seen or whatever with the actual um with the animal. Same thing with like with deer, like you're supposed to get
Yeah,
permission to like because you see people all the time, a deer gets hit and they go cut off the antlers. You're
Mhm,
supposed to get permission to do that.
yeah.
mhm.
I did see that DNR put something out about that being illegal. And they're like, if we catch you with the antlers on something that at a season, like you're screwed.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, oh,
yeah,
good to know. That's like my father-in-law keeps a handsaw in his truck
yes,
just for that.
yeah. Yeah, I got some good like rundown on how things work in PA when I was there. He's like, if you shoot a deer, because we were in like close to Pittsburgh, he's like, we're getting to it real fast because there's a good chance someone puts it in their vehicle and takes off with it. If it like if they see it die or whatever close to the road, he's like, I've had 2 deer stolen from me, and I'm like,
Wow.
who the hell does
Yeah.
that? It's
No
terrible.
kidding.
Yeah.
What
So
would you think about Harrisburg? That's where we were, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly didn't get to see much of it. Like we stayed about 40 minutes out of town up that river. I can't remember what it was called, but the big one.
Hmm.
And then yeah, just drove straight to the venue and back again. So the food was nice, had some really amazing food and stuff like that. But the show was really good. I liked that. It was cool.
Yeah, the
I've
show
been
was huge.
Yeah.
all the people we know that live in Pennsylvania said Harrisburg is like a shithole, and they all hate it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the guys I was talking to said it's not really worth looking at much, but
Yeah, I think it's the first time I've ever been there. It didn't look familiar when I was there, but I don't know.
mhm.
But the show was cool though. It's crazy, man. 1,100 vendors.
Yeah, dude, I went for a walk on the last day to have a little walk, and I didn't realize how big it was because we were just in our little archery hall, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought there was kind of maybe like 2 more of those, but no, it was massive. Especially at the outfitting place, that was insane.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
outfitter hall was mind-boggling and
I mean, like,
overwhelming. I don't know how someone walks through there, and if someone's
Picks
there
one.
to make a choice, like, I don't know how you do that. It
dude,
it was overwhelming
I
just
was
looking
just
at it.
gonna say that it's like almost too much, right? Like, how do you A, compete in there, and then
Yeah.
B, like, okay, I want to go to an elk hunt this year. You literally just go elk stand to stand. Like, what do you do? I don't trying to find the best.
We saw some that were like, I just noticed them because they were in South Carolina, but they were like, if you buy a deer hunt, you get a free hog hunt while you're there. And it's
Okay.
like, so you could probably get a pretty good deal in
Mm.
there if you were to go place to place and be like, well, this guy's going to do this for me. This guy's going to, I bet we should have, I didn't think much about doing it, but we
You
It's
know
probably
what?
should have.
probably that's
They
probably
pro-
the place to go wheel and deal, like, make
yeah,
some
Yeah.
deals, yeah.
yeah. They probably hate that though, eh?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. But it's,
Don't
I
come
know
to
I
a
hate
show if
it.
you don't want somebody offering some.
No, what is it? Don't hate the player, hate the game, or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
So,
go.
yeah.
But also, do you want to piss off the guy you're getting ready to go hunt with? Probably not.
No, probably not.
No.
No, I don't think it's a smart idea.
Accidents happen.
He said, "That's right." Oh, he just fell out. He just fell out of the tree stand, man. We came here and it was like that on the
Yeah.
ground, you know. So
What kind
He
of bow
should
do you use?
he should have been in a tethered saddle, wouldn't have
He
fallen
should have
out.
been, right? 100%.
exactly. I'm sponsored by Darden, so I've been shooting them for 3 years now, and they're fantastic bows. So I'm guessing you shoot Matthews, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the hat giveaway. I think I
I
can't
guess you
quite
can't
see the
really see
bows
it.
on the back there, but yeah,
That's a Matthews, that's a Bear.
I gotcha.
I had a Fred Bear is kind of like childhood hero, I guess, for
Mhm.
hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got a recurve from, I think it's a 1967 Fred Bear recurve. But no, when I finally was like, all right, I'm gonna get into compound bow hunting, I told Gus, I was like, well, I have to buy a Bear. So I bought an Arena 30. It's a great bow. I used that bow for 5 years, something
Yeah,
like
5 or 6 years, yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. What
And
about
then
you, Gus?
I shoot Matthews as well.
Oh yeah,
I had when I first got into hunting bows, I was shooting mission bows, which are just kind
yeah.
of
That's
lower.
that was my
Was
first bow too. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just
yeah,
they're made by Matthews,
hmm
and they just don't come with as many bells and whistles. And
yeah,
once someone explained that to me, I was like, oh, I'll just buy. It was like half the price, and
yeah.
then you can add on the same things to it, and it's more or less the same bow. So I shot
Mhm.
that for several years, and then before we went on an elk hunt a couple years ago, I upgraded to got a what do I have? A Matthews Triax.
Oh yeah,
Uh, yeah,
yeah,
that's what I've been shooting.
yeah. Nice, man.
You have the Exodus?
Who's that, me?
Yeah.
No, Darden.
Yeah, which
The-
Darton?
Oh, the sequel. Well, at the moment, I had the Prelude,
Okay.
and I'm about to get the sequel 33. It's like in the mail at the moment to me. So I don't know if you've seen the new bows.
I saw
That,
the
like,
Exodus at the show. That's why I
yeah,
asked.
yeah, okay. It's they're amazing bows, and just like you can shoot them without a stabilizer, and they don't move anywhere.
Mm.
Like even that was with a whisker biscuit on, just like the show special thing.
Yeah,
Like I've got it in the video, and I was watching this guy at the Harrisburg show with his new Hoyt, right? And he lets it go in his hand, and it like rocks back in his hand. Like you got to put all the stabilizers and stuff on those bows. And I'm not a Hoyt fan. If I ever went from Darton, I'd probably get a Matthews again. But
I said
they're
get
so
hurt, get
stable.
Hoyt.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's
get
right.
serious.
Yeah,
Those
I
things
don't.
blow up all the time.
Yeah, well, that's it. Is I don't like hoiting animals. I'd rather kill them. You know. So yeah,
I like that one better.
that's
yeah,
fucking good. That's
yeah.
really good.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, it's each their own and stuff. But I just get like, I kind of like the Hoyt fanboys. Just they're a special kind of narcissistic
Yeah.
people. I find too. Like
Yeah.
they're definitely people that like Hoyt, and they deserve Hoyt, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's funny because none of us really care, and it
No.
does seem like Matthews people are like the uppity, like the
Oh,
double
yes.
color pop.
That's
you know?
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I shoot a Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fred Bear's like if you shoot a bear,
So
you're an
true.
old man usually.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you shoot a PSE, like you're broke.
I've never. Well, actually, no. I shot some PSEs at the ATA show one year, and they weren't too bad. But like that carbon bow, the thing, that was super light, but they had like a terrible draw cycle on it. I was like, what
Mm.
the hell? Apparently, someone said it was because they had like the 90% let off mods on it or something. They were telling me that
Uh,
if it has the normal ones on it, then it's not too bad. But it was like this, and then you really had to like to get it over the back part. And like draw cycle to me in a bow is like probably my main selling point on any bow I try. And that's what I love about the Dartons, is like there's no lumps in it. It's just a smooth draw the whole way to the end on them.
yeah,
When if you have a local like shop that sells Darton there, just like ask to try one, and even if you don't walk away with it, you'll be impressed with it. I promise you that. Yeah, they're very, very nice bows. So
I have to look it up. I don't. The only local shop I have now that's close to me is
Same
all
one.
Matthews and Elite Archery. I think is
mhm.
the bows that they have. Yeah, that's
I'm on their dealer locator trying to find out where the closest one is to
something
here. No
close.
Yeah.
results within 100 miles.
Oh, okay. Well, you're up. You're up. Well, maybe you're going to go to a show again. I don't know, but yeah, like the sequel 33 is obviously 33 ATA, and I usually shoot 32, so I just thought I'll go one more inch. It's probably not very much difference.
Mhm.
There's a joke there, but anyway, and
Yeah.
and
Size matters.
yes, size matters. And I can link you the video because I tested them all out at the ATA show, and even their like introductory bow this year, the Consequence I think it's called, is like just ridiculous. Like for I would almost put money there's no better beginner bow on the market at the moment for stabilization and just ease of shooting. Like that was £70, and that thing just like I think the draw cycle was nicer on it than the sequel 33s. Sequel 33s were just a little bit more dead in hand. That Consequence had a little bit of shake in it, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
really
It looks
amazing
the
bows.
sequel 33 looks almost identical to the Phase 4 I've got.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what maybe right like do you mean the riser or the limb angles or just the
The
look
whole
to them?
thing.
Uh-huh, interesting.
Like it seriously looks like they took a Phase 4 and like changed it a little bit so nobody would
Or maybe
notice.
or maybe
Yeah, but
Matthews took a
yeah. What
maybe
do we do
Matthews got
next
a
year?
sequel 33 leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true
Because
too.
that's the other thing I get pissed off about is like Matthews and Hoyt don't do shit every year, to be honest. I mean, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, there's not much difference, and you have to buy the new bow. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
people have like
we all
brainwashed by things. Okay, how do we do something new? Let's not do much of the rise of it. What if we put 8 limbs on it? Oh my god! And we call it
Yeah.
the Phase 4. You genius, you know.
Well,
It's
they
gonna.
just released another one. They released 2 bows last year, like 2
Mm,
nice,
mhm.
I can't remember what the new one's called. It's like super lightweight. It weighs like I don't know 4 pounds less or something. I don't know. It's almost like you think they make them heavy so that they can then make a lighter version.
Yeah. Yeah, and carbon bows, like, there are some that are light, but those Hoyt ones, by the time
The Red Works ones or whatever.
man, they're just as heavy as my bows. Like, I
Yeah.
have a friend, over here who shoots that stuff. He's a Hoyt cultist, and, like, he was, like, raving. He's like, "Oh, I just got the bow and I put it together. I didn't even do any tuning. It was, like, totally fine." I said, "My bow did that too, and it only cost 1,000." Like, he's paying, like, I think it was 1,800 or something for his,
yeah,
and he just went like this, it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh.
My
So
biggest thing with the yearly editions is that when I get a new bow, I it takes me a year or 2 of tweaking and trying different things to find out and you really get it dialed in the way I want, and then I
100%.
don't wanna
mhm,
mess with it anymore. I
mhm,
don't wanna start that process over every damn year,
mhm.
and I don't wanna pay 2 grand to
Well,
do it either.
it becomes a part of you, right? That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like, you feel the bow,
Yeah.
and you just know it.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And you're
Well,
gonna
y I
lose a handful of arrows. Like every time you get a new bow, you're gonna sink arrows into wood.
sure.
And then like you get a sight that'll go out to 100 yards, and then you think that you should do that.
Yeah.
And then you start shooting 100 yards with VPA broadheads because you're like, well, let's see.
I wanna
And
see what a fly's like.
and they're
Yeah.
gone. You know,
Mhm.
they're in the grass. Somehow grass that's 3 inches high will make an arrow disappear. I don't get
Dude,
it. It
the
blows my mind.
It's
it's
science.
money and arrows, they just disappear. I don't
Yeah.
understand, like, even a mowed lawn? I've lost arrows in a mowed
Yeah.
lawn.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I shoot it and I'll be like, I can see from here where it landed. And you walk over there and you're crawling around, raking the ground with your fingers before you're
Yeah,
finally like, why am I on my hands and knees looking for something that costs me
Yeah.
$10? I'll just go get another one.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly treat arrows like fishing gear, right? It's like, one day you're just gonna lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. It's part
you
of
just
your
kinda have to
budget.
accept it. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I have like 4 packs of VPA broadheads over here because I lose them. If I take a shot, that arrow, I'm not getting that arrow back. I
Hopefully,
just know.
Jeff and Alex aren't
Yeah, I
listening
was
to
gonna
this.
say, pump the brakes, man. They're gonna stop seeing it.
Well, I give them out. I still don't have. Well, if they are listening, I've been promised. I might just buy one. I've been promised an Omega a few times and 125 grain.
You should have just picked one up at the show.
Just
No,
saying.
I was going to, and then I completely forgot.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because
Yeah,
I was gonna
gotcha.
buy I was gonna wait till the last day and buy the block.
The sharpening.
Yeah,
block?
Jesus, I
Yeah,
couldn't think of the word. I
Yeah.
was gonna buy the
Mhm.
sharpening block and the Omega, and then we didn't go the last day. So
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, were you guys there on the last day? You weren't,
no.
because they were out of their lickety split on that day anyway. They were like,
Oh, were they?
oh man, it was an insanely fast tear down by them. They were gone burger. So
Before like noon.
yeah, easily before noon. I mean, like the show was like dead on
I
Sunday.
figured that it would be. It's the
Oh,
last day. 9 days, right?
crazy. Saturday was slammed. It was insane, but yeah.
Saturday, when we were walking in, there was a guy that he said, I didn't know what he said. I can't really hear that well anyway, but what did he say? He said, what did he say, guys? A bunch of slow walkers or
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
slower, a lot of dumb walkers in there.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
didn't
what he
understand
meant.
what he meant until I got like halfway through the shooting sports
it's
Yeah.
painful.
hall, and I
eh?
was like, "Holy!" It took us 30 minutes to get from the entry to the other side to get out because it was like take 2 steps, stand there.
Yeah,
Take 2 steps, stand there. It was wild.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be slow walking. Like I've been to shows where it's slow walking, but this was literally, 2 steps and then you stand there and you stare at people that decide to just stop in the middle of an aisle and
Mhm.
look at a sign. It's like you
Yeah.
can't move
Or
some.
or the
Yeah.
group of people that decides to stop and have a conversation in the middle
Right
of
in
an
the
aisle
middle.
that
Yeah,
only fits 5 people wide, and there's 7 of them.
it drives me insane. That stuff, insane. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Self-awareness is not a thing.
No,
Like
you,
common sense and self-aware. If you have those 2 things, consider yourself lucky because that is rare.
there's like a thing that happens every now and again in Sweden. You'll be going up the escalator, and then you get to the top, and the person in front of you doesn't know which way they wanted to go, and they just stop, and everyone's like bam, 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 banging up behind
Yeah.
them. And I've stopped. I just push them out of the way now. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't
Excuse
me.
just
Yeah.
stop there. Like it's actually a hazard. Like imagine people start falling over or something behind you, which is
Sure.
possible.
Yeah.
It's
I sent Gus a video yesterday of a lady doing 38 and a
Oh, yeah.
55. Pissed me like I don't know, it drives me absolutely insane. 38 and a
Yeah.
55, and I couldn't get in the other lane because there was traffic in the other lane. It's
Yeah.
like
I do a lot of travel with flights, and like airport security checks and stuff are the worst. Like you stand in line for 30 minutes or whatever it is, waiting to go through security, and then people get their shit out when they get there. It's like,
Yeah.
how
Oh my
about you get
God, it
yourself
drives me
ready while you're in line so you can just
Yeah.
put it in there and go through. Now fidget and unzipping their jacket and pulling all the things out,
I have to
pockets
take
and
my
going through.
shoes off.
Oh
Yeah.
my,
Yeah.
yeah.
You've had 30 minutes and 14 signs between there and here
Mhm.
that told you
Please
what
get
the hell
ready.
you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I mean, I get like maybe some people it's the first time going through, but I don't
Yeah.
think so. So
Yeah.
well.
I would try to give people that benefit of the doubt, but then I'm like, for real, this day and age, your first time flying. I mean, I say that, but I guess we were the reason Brian flew for the first time like 2 years ago. We flew him down here for a Patreon event.
Oh, I didn't remember that. I didn't realize that was his first time
Yeah,
flying.
his first time flying. Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
I used to be really scared of flying, and then I just got over it. So that was, a little sketchy.
Because I'm a man.
No, it wasn't that. I was just like, I talk myself through statistics. Like
There you go.
very unlikely. And then actually flying into Latvia one time, the plane like landed on the ice, and it starts going like this. I'm shitting you not, and then it skims off the fucking runway, tips over on its side, engine digs into the snow, and then we fall back down on the wheels again. It was insane.
what?
I can see all the pictures and stuff, and
Did you
then
shit yourself?
you know what's really weird? Nobody said. I thought people would be screaming. The plane was just dead silent. Like everyone was just holding
Yeah.
on for dear fucking life, And like I've got photos afterwards of like the engine all like buckled up and stuff on the other side. Like imagine if they'd broken off, maybe it would have caught fire or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it
wild.
just doesn't. I don't want to think about it too much, but Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
it's the
luckily,
what ifs in that situation that stick with me for a long time.
oh yeah, 100%. And I try not dwell on them too much
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's a rabbit hole
Oh,
of
hundred
insanity,
percent.
basically. Yeah.
I've never
So
really been worried about the flying thing because it's, if you crash in a plane, like you're 100% dead, but I don't know how much it's going to hurt or you're going to feel. So
yeah.
it's never really bothered me. It's like going in a cave. You ever been in a cave
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, I'm standing on rocks that have fallen before. And if this thing falls, like it's over. So
I
you just
tell you.
accept it. You just accept it and you move on.
I tell you, I was hunting under this bridge in PA, and they need to do some serious maintenances on their big bridges there. Dude, there were massive bits of rusty like steel on the ground, like, and this was a huge bridge. Like, if a bridge falls over in PA one day, I'll be like, oh yeah, makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it was insane. Yeah,
It's just,
I was
I
just
don't see it.
worried that one of these big icicles of rusty shard would fall down and impale me, basically, while I was trying to wait for a deer down there. But yeah,
I've been fishing under a bridge before and kept hearing fish behind me. And I'm like staring at it, watching. I realized it was stuff falling off the bridge,
yeah.
like landing in the water. I was like, oh, I'm going to not. I was using it for shade, but I'll just get sunburnt now.
Yeah. And I mean, like, what's going to happen with those bridges? Maybe they can weld a new piece in or something. But like, at some stage, you know,
So I just searched out of curiosity, like I typed in Pennsylvania bridge collapse, and it autofills different dates afterwards. Google autofills different dates. Apparently, it's happened more than once.
sounds like maybe they need a maintenance crew. Just maybe. I'm just
Yeah, I
putting
don't
it out
know.
there. No, that's
I
funny. You
bet
just
they're
roll the
spending
dice,
their
man.
they're
It's
spending their tax dollars on not infrastructure.
well, it's un-American to be safe like that. You just roll the dice and just see what happens, basically.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the way we roll.
America's pretty safe. Like as far as OSHA stuff goes, I mean, they're pretty
No,
strict
you
about
just you can
building
just
codes.
shoot the bridge, right? If it acts up, you just shoot it.
We could. What is that? What is that thought like? The fact that like all Americans own guns, or like say I own
I don't.
100 pistols. Like,
I honestly don't care about it. Right? I grew up with guns.
yeah,
I think like I understand why it's there and stuff like that, and I also understand that even if you ban them all, um, you know, it's not going to change anything. The people that commit crimes are criminals.
yeah,
They're
Yeah,
not law-abiding citizens, right?
right,
So
yeah.
it
shitty
does.
people are gonna find ways to do the shitty things they want to do.
I mean, yeah, it's just like you can't penalize like pe- the world needs to go back to like facts and not feelings. Like, and
Mm,
then everything would be so much nicer again. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like
sound clip.
sound clip, but yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna sound clip that one.
it
Yeah,
really
we'll
would,
write it
it
down.
really needs to, because yeah, it's just insanity at the moment. Like, what happened to like proper making like who people are always going to be upset. Why are we listening to the minority of people these days? It doesn't make any
Hmm.
sense. Like 95% of the people are unhappy with the decision that's affecting 5% of the people. Like,
You know
doesn't
what's
make any
funny is
sense.
like as an American, we have this conversation with basically everyone we know,
Yeah,
and it's like none of us can figure out where the minority version of what like where are
with
these
it.
people? Like I don't
Yeah.
even. You'd think that they're everywhere in the United States, but I don't
Well,
know. It's like I just don't get it.
I think it's a very minute number of people that has the either influence or is being influenced by people in power that
mhm,
want this division,
mhm.
and they're
but
pushing that agenda through the media.
but
Yeah,
did you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast? Did you listen to the one with Dr. Phil in it the other day?
I
I
haven't
did.
yet,
I,
no.
You need to listen to that because
I've done the Dr. Phil one. Yeah,
yeah, because like they get into like the cybersecurity and stuff, and like most of these people that are pushing this are fake accounts.
yeah, they're all
Oh, yeah,
Russian
for sure.
bots.
Yeah.
And like of course, like if you're Russia and you want to fuck with America or whatever, what a perfect way to do it.
Yeah,
Completely destabilize people's peace, and you know what I mean, like to the point where like it feels like everyone's kind of boiling and ready to pop about just crap. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And like I really don't know why they don't just have a centralized survey website, right? And like it's just voluntary. It's like, somehow that obviously people can tamper with polls and stuff like that, but something where everyone can just have their say on it. And like you can really find out what a whole population thinks about a topic. And
yeah,
it's not part of any media company. It's like me and you, we own the website or something.
yeah.
And people just go, hey, what do you think about this issue? Do you agree with the current, and just take polls on stuff and like try and get real information
Yeah,
spinning around again rather than all that other stuff. But the problem is, right, if they're making millions of fake Twitter accounts, they're going to make millions of voting accounts for
of
that
course.
website too. So you just,
Nothing's real anymore. I think I've come to learn. Like it's whatever's right in front of your face.
Mhm.
But outside of that, you just can't. I just don't know. I'm not even political anymore because I literally just I can't keep up with it. I don't have
Mhm.
time to research what's true and what's not true, and I'm not just going to repeat something I heard on either a left or a right leaning news source. I'm just not
No,
gonna. I'm just not gonna do it.
no, no. And because that's the whole thing is like if you're really open and awake to everything, is that you have to understand that what your side is believing is just as bullshit as what
Yeah,
the
right.
opposition
Hmm.
is.
Yeah,
It's not one sided. Like, it's yeah, it just is the way it is. So
yeah,
it's that like I honestly think the world's in a bit of a sad place at the moment, and something needs to change. But I'm kind of like I've detached myself from that. Like I haven't watched the news in 10 years. Like I don't watch any news. I hear things from people, I see articles, but I haven't watched a news documentary or like I haven't gone out of my way to do that in years.
Yeah,
And I just feel like much better for it because like most of it was like, oh, in the Middle East, fucking 50 people died that I didn't know. It doesn't affect my life. Sure, it's a sad thing, but why am I taking that negativity into
that's a
my
good
own
point.
life? It doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah,
I'm really sorry for those people, and that's terrible. That's actually that country's problem, and they should be dealing with it. Like I don't need to fill my life with that. You know what I mean? And like
yeah.
on
There's
the
a
other
time.
hand, yeah.
Yeah,
On the other hand, if something bad happened to me like that, like I'd totally be like, okay, it's my problem. Maybe I'm
yeah,
dead, so it's not my problem. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah,
is that I take that exactly the other way around too, where if that happened to me, I wouldn't want other people to fucking
sure.
yeah,
put that
Oh yeah,
negativity on them. Yeah. So
no,
that's
yeah.
it's
You
it's
wouldn't. You don't
it
care if
used.
I don't react to your death. I mean, I would now that I know you, but if I didn't know you, and I'm like,
exactly. I wouldn't have
and someone's
cared.
like, "Oh, this guy died hunting," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay,
Yeah, yeah, right.
Wasn't that the guy that got his penis stuck? I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, that's right.
That's the Australian guy that got his penis stuck in Sweden or something. A
Yeah.
glory hole.
Oh shit,
It's
it's
funny,
funny.
but yeah.
Mm, good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good. So, what do you guys got? Hunting plans this year? You got anything?
Oh man, turkey season's coming up, so that's kind of
Yep.
at the forefront of the mind. Doing some turkey hunting. Matt just texted me this morning, going to Kentucky in May, do some turkey hunting. Our season starts very end of March. Is it start in April now? I can't even
Well, we
keep
have a
keep
turkey
it
hunt
straight.
March 22nd, so
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
must be.
guess.
I think that's opening day actually. So
Okay, so
yeah, it used to be much earlier. It used to be like March 15th, and then would go into like towards the end of April. But then they changed it, so it goes into the beginning of May. I think it doesn't matter. That's the priority right now. And then after turkey season, man, it's time to start prepping for whitetail again. It's just it gets here so fast. Our season
yeah,
starts so damn early.
Yeah.
August 15th, man. We can hunt in the
Oh
woods
wow,
August 15th. Yeah,
wow. Yeah, it's September 1st in Finland here. So
I
Okay,
think
yeah,
it's the first weekend of Kentucky, or first weekend of September is what Kentucky is. I think.
yeah.
yeah,
I love chasing whitetail. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely one of those things that like you. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. I'm thinking about it.
Yep.
Like I'll see stuff that remind me of them. It's really weird.
you stand at the window and wonder if they're thinking about you too.
Yeah, well, I'll see like I'll just walking around and I'll see like a leaf that's been nibbled on. I'm like, I wonder if whitetail are eating that.
Yeah.
What kind of tree is this? And I got to look up and see what kind of bush it is because if deer will eat it, then I should know about it. And
Yeah,
it's so stupid. It could have just been somebody standing there and picking at it on the phone. But I'm
Hmm.
like, wonder if a white-tailed deer did
Could have done.
that.
Could have done.
Yeah.
I'm like
Nah.
you mentioned chasing whitetail. I'm excited this year with the saddle to
Hmm.
actually be able to literally
Chase them.
chase and go
Hmm.
where they're at and
Hmm.
not be stuck to like, well, this is where
So
my
good.
stand's at. Yeah,
It's
I'm looking
so
forward
good,
to it a
dude.
lot.
Yeah. I mean, like I have quite a bit of success in Finland, and again, it's because I shoot everything, right? But um, like there's plenty of times like, damn, I need to set up over there. So the next night I'll set up over there, and sure enough, I kill something. Like, you know what I mean? It's so easy and
Yeah,
to set up, and I just love the comfort of it and your positioning in the tree too. For you're so much more ready to shoot all the
yeah,
time. Yeah, it's the best way to hunt, hands down, if you want to do like that sort of
yeah.
thing. you know.
I used to, there's a guy that I followed for a while, and he was one of the first people that I followed public, like a public account type social media figure that was really doing the whole saddle hunting thing. And he would go on these really big hunts out west on public land, and he would always take, like, he'd be gone for like a week or two, and he would take literally 3 days, and he would do what he would call observation sits, where he wouldn't even take his bow. He would just go sit in areas where he thought there were deer, and then observe for a day or two, and then make his move. And like, if you have a climber, that sounds freaking exhausting, right? Or
Yeah.
if you're relying on putting up ladder stands, like, it just sounds like more work than it's like it just may not be worth the effort. But the saddle makes it so much easier to be able to move around. And um yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And Matt, you haven't done it yet, right?
No, I had a Cruiser XC. What do
Maybe
you
I
think about
can.
Hunt Arsenal? Let's go with that one.
I actually don't know Hunt Arsenal. I don't
Damn,
think it.
sick burn, dude. It's a saddle company.
Oh, well, I'm in little old Europe, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Yeah,
hasn't
that's
reached
right.
us
Yeah,
over here yet. So
there you go. That's
yeah,
that's always a good excuse.
No,
That's
Hunt
good.
Ars. Wait, hang on, Arson. I think I
They were at the
recognize.
show. They were
Were they?
literally like 2 booths
Oh,
away from
do you
me.
know why I know this? There's one guy that spams heaps of stuff on social media about them, and those sticks are cool, but like absolute waste of time. I know what you're talking about now. This
That's
is
a
only my
lot of
personal opinion.
time, right?
Well, it's like, why do you need telescoping sticks?
Yeah.
To ask me, like, why? It doesn't save weight. They
Yeah.
can pack down more, but you put
I'm not interested in the
anyway.
sticks, but their platform is dope.
That
Their
looks very
platform is
nice.
sick. I
Yeah,
really, really like their
it
platform.
reminds me like of like a spaceship or something cool. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
It's a
Yeah.
transformer. It goes from like a dinner plate into a full-on platform somehow. I
Hmm.
don't know how. But
Hmm.
I like the clip where you can clip it to your saddle. That's what I
Hmm.
like the most about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
I like
nice.
I'm working with Jeff on developing a one stick
Hmm.
through VPA. So like you'll probably be able to get one, you
That's
know.
cool.
But and I don't
Is
want
he
to say
going to
too much
start
about it, but
manufacturing them?
we're gonna make me one and then see where we go.
That'll be cool.
But I'd assume if he can make one, he can make 100.
That man can probably make 1 million, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But so like, are you into one sticking? Are you?
That's what I'm doing this year. I've upgraded to rappelling and one sticking, and I did that with quotations for those just listening.
Yeah, I really don't buy into
Yeah,
the one sticking thing. Like, I will take any person that one sticks that thinks they can get up a tree faster than me with my four sticks.
yeah. This isn't about speed for me. It's
Yep.
about only carrying one stick.
Yeah, but like okay, say like obviously I've gone to the lightest. I have four one sticks. It weighs 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
But
what are you saving?
well, for me, it's like I put my stick up. I can put the second one up, and then I climb up the two. I put the third one up, and
Hmm.
the way my hunting setup is because I have a cruiser platform as well. It's big as
Hmm.
shit. I have no way. I have to go back down to get the platform, and then I go back up, and then I bring all my shit up with me. So it's like every time I do a tree, I have to go up and down twice, and I'm tired of doing it. I want to be able to bring a
Hang on,
backpack with
rewind me back. So why do you have to go down the tree twice?
because it's so much stuff. I have this giant platform, and then I have 3 sticks, and I can't I can't climb up 2 sticks and then pull the stick out of my backpack. I don't have the right setup. Is I guess is how I'm going to
You need to
summarize
talk
it.
to me. So basically, like, I clip everything on my harness,
Yeah,
right?
and I
So
don't
on my left
have,
side, I got all my sticks. I don't know what sticks you got, but
and they're not just like banging around, clanging against everything.
no, because you have them like, if you like, imagine your saddle's like the top part and then the bottom part, right?
Yeah,
If you clip things into the top gear loops on it, then they sit against your side. They don't hang in midair. Does it make
yeah.
sense? They're not waving around everywhere. So if you have them on the side of your saddle, they sit there nicer and they don't bang against each other. And I don't know what sticks you have, but like the tethered ones pack together really nicely. So I hook it on the very bottom one, like the last one I'm going to take off, and I'm just popping them off with one hand, putting them on, keep going up.
Oh, I see.
On
Yeah,
my other side, I have my platform attached, like onto the other side, and then I have my backpack on, and then
yeah.
I'll being honest with you, because I have camera gear, I do go down twice, but it's because it takes me like no time at all. But like if I didn't have camera gear, no chance in hell I need to go back up and down twice.
Well, that's why my backpack's got a camera in it and all that. That's why I can't put it in the backpack, and I don't have clips for it. I have hunting beast sticks.
That's supposed to be good though, aren't they?
They're great, love them,
Yeah.
but they don't clip together, so you have to. I guess I could have somebody. They make the little 3D. I know that I can make it done. I just haven't done it, but
Yeah.
I like the idea of rappelling. I think it
hmm
sounds fun. You know.
Yeah. It is like there's no doubt that getting down, like if someone was already set up, they could beat me down out of the tree. But the problem is like you can leave your set up there. But have you tried getting up a single line rope yet? Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
I
It's like
wouldn't leave it. If I came down, I would be. I'm down. So I guess that's a
I
good
leave a
point.
lot of sets up because it like in Finland it's all private land. There's no public land and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and everything's pretty secure. But like so single lining people will tell you about throw lining stuff into the trees. That is a pain in the ass. I have a cup here, like to show you how much I know about it. I was second in New Zealand for throw lining, like I used to be an arborist for 16 years, so I
Oh
know
wow.
all about this stuff. And throw balls are a pain in the butt. They're noisy, like especially if you miss, and it takes practice, right? Like to get it up. And unless you have a well branched tree, it's you know what I mean. You're not
Yeah.
it's not good.
And
Yeah.
Really
I
not
don't
good.
think I'd risk it because if that branch did break when you're on the way up.
Yeah, there's that, but like I can teach you how to know the branch won't break. Basically, like
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of like laws and well, not, I say laws, I should say guidelines that you follow to ensure that you'll be okay. But I
Mhm.
just think that like one second is overrated. If Carl's listening to this from Tether, he'll be like, "Matt, you're full of crap." But anyway, and I again, I was like, I said to Carl, I want to race him, and so maybe somebody in a preset tree with a single line could beat me up the tree, like with ascenders and stuff like that. But the average person, like to ascend a single line with ascenders, takes a lot of coordination and practice to do it properly. Like it's not something anybody can just go and clip onto and have a great time to get up the tree. You know what I mean? And then if you're one sticking up the tree, you have to set your tether, hang off the tether,
Yeah.
undo the step, move it up. It's like heaps of extra work and effort. Like I just stand on my stick, put my next one up, and I'm just gone and I'm up there already, I mean, I have a video on my YouTube channel. I'm up and down and packed up in 5 minutes for 4 sticks up in the tree. And I had 40 seconds on the ground unsorting my gear. So take that as you will. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
about technique and stuff like that, and understanding the whole thing. And because people need to understand, saddles were actually they still are like they're a professional piece of equipment. Like people have a whole career based around tree climbing and stuff
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that. And now Joe Blogs can just go and grab them. There's a
Right.
lot of tricks to them. There's a lot of body mechanics that you need to kind of understand and stuff like that as well. So, and it's so cool. It's very, very cool that it's out there now. But a lot of people overthink it, and a lot of people stress out, and most of it's because they don't understand their gear capabilities. So,
I
Yeah.
think that's the main question we get is people are like, so explain it to me, and it's really hard to explain it to you. It's easier to show you,
Yeah.
once you,
and like because I mean Gus struggled with it for a while, and he still have you played with it yet? You don't
No,
have
I
sticks
haven't.
yet.
No.
Yeah.
But I took, the more I looked into it and researched it, you realize that all of the technology, all of the the way that that you climb, all the functionality, none of this is new. This is all stuff that, like you
correct.
said, has been
Yeah.
used by arborists, by
Mountain
power
rescue,
line
all sorts of
workers,
stuff. Yep.
search and rescue. This is nothing
Yeah.
new, and in fact, it's
hmm
probably older than some of the stands and crap that are going up now, and
Oh, 100%.
the rope methods and the things used are tried and true. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well, I
same
mean,
methods
like,
are used all over the place.
I
Well, they
mean, if you
used it,
want,
to climb masts on ships back in the day. So I
yeah,
mean, it was essentially a tethered set or a saddle setup.
yeah. I mean, Tethrd were definitely on the pirate ships back in the day,
Yeah, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
No, but like if you think about it, even like back, it was obviously different. But like snipers used to spike up trees sometimes and stuff like that too. World War II. So there's a whole bunch of different sort of
Hmm.
things like that as
Do
well.
you
So
ever spike? Like, do you see any reason to use spikes
no, don't
for
do it for
hunting? Just
hunting.
not comfortable?
No, but it's like again, it's like you're potentially, not always, but fucking up the tree for a short-term gain for you.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, like, even when I was in the tree towards the end of my career, like, some people cut branches off to get to where they need to go. Like, in my head, I'm like, man, it's going to take me like 30 seconds to get around this, right? And like, the tree's going to be there well after I'm gone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, it's like spiking the trees and stuff like that, especially depending on the tree, you can really start a cavity hole in that tree. And the problem is it won't be in your lifetime. So you won't have to care about it really, just being honest with you. But it's that future generation. Like your kids or your kids' kids probably can't hunt out of that tree in the future because there's that decay pocket in there. So but it's like, let's run through a scenario where you go hunting with spikes on. Okay. So I'm guessing you probably don't wear them in because wearing spikes on the dirt blunts them.
yeah,
And it's pretty noisy and can be slippery too, right? Like if you stand on a log or a rock with that metal underneath it, you're going for a skate. So you're carrying them into the tree. You got to put them on the tree. That doesn't take that long. So you got to put them on your feet. It doesn't take that long. And then you have to put your landing around. That's right. And then you can spike up. So you can spike up pretty quietly. I'll give you that. But then you need to put your platform up and stuff like that too. And yeah, again, like you don't want to sit in spikes all day. That is the most uncomfortable thing in the world. Like arborists, like you want to be moving on spikes all the time when you're working in a tree. Sitting on them for great periods of time, you get really sore legs and feet. So
yeah.
if
I
you're
can
going to
see
use
that.
them, you have to have a platform still. Yeah, and like I was saying, it's like if you're a true outdoorman and stuff like that, you should be looking after the woods. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I
Sure.
Yeah,
feel about it. So,
Yeah.
and like it's a big difference between like a stick might mark the outside layer of the bark. That's not doing any damage to it. That's like a protection layer on the tree. It's only after you go through that bark that's when you get the problem. So yeah.
Fascinating.
Hmm.
unless it's a palm tree, you can peel all that bark right off. And it'll
Yeah,
hit
palm
harder.
trees are not actually trees, they're
Yeah, they're
grasses.
palms. And it's actually drives people nuts when you call a palm tree a palm tree.
Yeah, but the like the cell structure in it is like grass.
Right.
So it's
Oh,
completely
really?
different. Yeah, it's not the same as a tree. So
That's why they're so dense.
that-
The South Carolina flag, the reason it has a palm on it is because the guy that what was his name, Moultrie, the guy that built the fort during the war, he used palms for the barricades,
Oh, yeah.
and they're cannon proof, so they couldn't even blow cannons through these palm walls.
Jacob's listening to all this tree talk and is getting all excited while he's walking around the woods.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's what
yeah,
because I forgot now, but yeah, so trees have vascular bundles and they're like xylem and phloem together in like little packets and stuff like that. And then because this is like last time I did agriculture was what are we in now? It was 8 years ago, so I'm a bit rusty. But yeah, so grass don't have that. They just have like layers. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
Well, if you're wrong, we have a couple of arbor supporters, so they're going to tell us if you're wrong. So
that's fine. They're probably Husqvarna users, so it's fine. If you don't use a steel, you're not a real man. I'm just putting that out there. So.
that's what I've been told. Everything I have is steel except my chainsaw because I got a good deal on it.
Oh yeah, you guys say steel, right? That's right. I forgot about
What do
that.
you say?
Still.
Still?
Yeah.
Still.
hmm
I mean, it is a German company. I don't know how it's said.
Yeah, I actually don't know how the Germans say it either.
Steel.
But it's funny.
Yeah,
It's,
it probably is like that.
Husqvarna is Swedish, right? And it's actually Husqvarna.
Oh,
And when I was coming over, I was like, "Hey, what the Husqvarnas?" They're like, "The fuck is this guy talking about?" Like, I didn't understand what I was saying.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
How do you say it?
So I would say Husqvarna,
Yeah, that's
but
what I
it's
say.
Husqvarna,
Husqvarna.
Husqvarna or something.
I'm gonna
Something
correct
like that.
everybody now.
Me too.
That's good. Yeah. It's not actually that. It's the same as like you guys say Adidas. No, what do you say? Adidas, right?
Adidas, yeah.
So it's actually Adidas
Adidas.
because it's a European company
You
as
eat
well.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Adidas.
You eat what?
Adidas.
All day I dream about.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
So my
Yeah.
grandpa sold Husqvarna
Yes.
for his entire life.
Yes.
So if
Cool.
I go tell him how to correctly say it, he'll probably think I'm lying. But
You just punch out the window and
yeah, take me out of the will. I don't think I'm in the will.
Have you met him?
who me? No.
My
That was a
girl.
joke from Matt.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
all
funny.
right. Yeah,
All right. I hate to cut it, but I have
it's fine, man. It's
another
been
meeting.
good.
Yeah,
It's
we did a
been
little
good.
over hour, so that's good. We're
Let's
definitely
do
gonna
this
have to
again.
do this again
Yeah,
because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about specifically on saddle stuff,
and we didn't really get
and some
to.
hunting stuff.
Yeah, we didn't get to get into the details of hunting in Europe like I'd like to.
No,
So
no,
we
that's a whole
definitely
other.
need a part 2 for this for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
rabbit
another.
holed a little too much.
Yeah, it was fun though. I had
That's
a good
that's
time,
what we
man.
always do. It's
Yeah,
very normal around here that we don't actually talk about anything. We just talk in
yeah.
circles.
And if we are gonna do like another two, part two, like maybe people want to know stuff about Europe, so
Yeah.
put some fucking
Yeah, we'll
questions
ask.
there.
Yeah,
Let me know.
yeah,
Yeah.
It can be
absolutely.
as
100%.
stupid or as sane as you want it to be. It's fine. I don't mind. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if anybody wants to know anything, definitely leave a comment or
my light
shoot us a
died.
message.
yeah.
Oh, there goes the light. Perfect.
My light
timing.
died just in time. I need to charge it. Awesome.
No,
All right.
that's cool.
Well, we're going to shut this down. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope you learned something. We're going to do it again and we're going to actually get you to learn something. So
Yeah.
tell them where they can find you before we let you go.
So Instagram's the best spot. It's the_meat_hunters basically, or search us on YouTube as well. So yeah,
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Matt. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
cheers, guys.
Thanks, brother.
Later.
Drinking whiskey.